Hey everybody, it's Chad and Nobody Show. We are here at one of the most amazing collections in the country at Pioneer Village. Our good friend Will Escarza, the director. And Will, it is an exciting day here today.
It certainly is, Chad. We are working on a variety of different projects here at the village. The most notable one is the Carousel restoration back behind me. And we have on site a solid group of volunteers from out of state. I think we have over 12 states covered. This gentleman, Jeff Spencer, he has leading up this group of RV volunteer friends. We are fortunate to have them here at the village today. They have been coming back for the past couple of years. Working on restoration of multiple projects, but the main project they're working on today is the Carousel. They've also been restoring our billboard at the Minden exit and the arrow at the front of the museum. But at this point, I want to introduce you to Jeff Spencer, our RV volunteer coordinator. Was that a good?
Yep, excellent. Thank
And
you.
this has been here since 1955 on the property. It is a late 1800s carousel, originally steam powered.
Correct.
And was brought here in 1955 after it had been put basically out to pasture and quit being used in 1907. It was moved here in 1955, restored in the 50s, put into use in 1958, but it was steam powered, and there were boiler issues with the water, and it had been 20 plus years since this thing ran.
Right. Correct.
But it was such a centerpiece and a focal piece of the museum. It's a super important piece.
Yeah, it stopped operating from what we understand in the early 2000s. Some issues with the boiler, like you mentioned, just made it not practical to run it on the boiler again. Plus, a tree on the property had actually fallen in on the roof, collapsed a good part of the roof, which caused a lot of water damage on the carousel itself. So all those things combined made it not really practical to run anymore.
It was getting pretty rough.
It was getting pretty rough, yes.
Well, obviously, we see an entirely different scene than a crushed roof and deteriorated carousel today.
Right, absolutely.
So this thing, like I said, was a roughly 130-year-old piece of equipment.
Correct.
Obviously, a completely new enclosure,
Absolutely.
so that it's protected from the elements, and temp controlled, insulated, lighted. The animals are being restored, and the apparatus of this is just, to me, is amazing. As we look right here at how this thing actually functions, this is all the original gear work from the late 1800s.
Absolutely.
Is what we believe, correct?
It is. There have been some slight modifications made to the mounts on that the animals ride on, because the carousel, Mr. Warp and his sister acquired a lot of animals for merry-go-rounds and carousels. So they like to put really interesting and cool items on here. So they've adjusted the mounts to match the unique horses.
I see.
But the mounts, the bases, everything are still similar. The modifications would have been on
So
the attachment.
some of these have been changed
Right.
based on different types of animals they wanted
Right,
to
but
use.
all of this down here, the gear down here, all of that is original.
all 1880s, 1890s.
Correct. And
technology.
it's interesting, if you look at it, those that are train enthusiasts might recognize this kind of mechanism. So it's basically rotating, and that causes the arm here to slightly move up and down. So there's about a 2 to 3 inch rock, and that's what the horses do. As they get on there, they're going back and forth, just like they did back in 1955, just like they did right up to the early 2000s. So it will operate, except for the steam engine, just as it did before.
So you modernized the running part of it then.
Correct.
So it is electric now.
It is electric.
So, which is great. It's all going to be protected and preserved. You still have the steam engine on display
Correct.
out in the front. But now we've got this beautiful enclosure, all these windows, temp controlled. And what I thought was really cool was when you insulated the building, if we look up here, we see all the insulation in there. It was cut and laid out and kind of basically looks like an old circus tent.
Exactly. That's the look we were going for, and it actually exceeded our expectations.
So it's still,
It's by evidenced by you, and you looking at it for the first time and saying, yeah, that kind of gives us that vibe. So,
right, which is exactly what you're trying to do. You're not only are you showing history here, you get to experience it.
Right, absolutely.
And the way this entire process was thought out and built and put together stuck to that original idea.
Correct.
Which is what's so awesome about it.
Another thing we maintained you might be interested in, so back when this was installed in 1955, these are the poles that were put down. So those are still kept as part of the arena enclosure itself. And what we did is just push that out a bit so people would have an opportunity to come in. We could build more of a environmentally controlled space where people could come in, whether it's hot or cold, and still enjoy the carousel.
Well, and the thing about it, with all the wood in this, and these are actual wooden animals.
Right.
So the weather, the hot, the cold, the rain, the snow, the ice.
Especially in Nebraska.
Yeah. It's really, really tough on that stuff. So now
Right.
it's going to be preserved for decades to come in a completely restored, functioning order. So, beautiful piece. Still got some animals to go. You're getting a few back on, so you're getting close. But
Right.
there's still some animals under restoration.
Correct.
And really excited to see all that too. And some of these animals are going on yet today, right?
Correct.
So, like I said, it's an exciting day to be here after 20 plus years of this thing not being functional. After 70 years here on the property, animals are going back on today. So, really neat to be here today.
Yep.
See what you guys are doing, what you've accomplished, and see it coming together.
We're really excited.
So let's head over that way, check out some of those animals. Let's stop when we get outside. We'll take a quick look at that old steam engine and then go check out some of these animals.
Awesome.
So let's go check it out. Well, as you can see, we're right outside the new enclosure for the carousel. Standing here in front of the original steam engine from the late 1800s. This is an Armitage Herschel engine, and it's still cool to have this on display right next to the carousel.
Yeah, I haven't talked to Will about this, but it would be really nice to sand this off, get some of the rust off, paint it, get it back to its days of glory. So yeah.
Yep. So from what they believe, now remember this is a late 1800s carousel. From what they believe, this engine is the original engine for this carousel. However, the boiler, of course, the boiler had water in it, things like that, were prone to rust.
Right.
So they believe the boiler had been replaced, but this unit here is what was believed to have powered this thing 130 years ago.
Correct.
Which is crazy to think about.
Yeah.
That after all these years, it's still here with its carousel, and the carousel is restored and running. But that's the cool stuff that's here.
Yeah, and I actually had a steel cable, braided steel cable that ran from this blue pulley in a tunnel.
Oh,
and then
wow.
took it inside the carousel. So one of the things we did is again, this is 100 plus years old, so the cable was also 100 plus years old of operating continuously. It was rusted. So in addition to going to the electric motor, we also went to a different cable.
Yeah.
And it's actually a special marine grade cable that's supposed to be as strong as Kevlar.
Oh, wow.
So another modern twist that's underneath it, but it makes it easier to operate, easier to maintain, and easier to function.
Well, and not only that, the longevity of it.
Right. Absolutely.
It's going to work for decades again.
Right, absolutely.
Because this monster pulley, what is this thing? 18 inches, 24 inches in diameter?
24 inches or so, yeah.
With a steel cable that is an inch thick, just running over there to the carousel, probably is not going to pass anything with OSHA in this day.
Yeah, safety-wise, having a moving cable next to children and people.
Well, it's got this handbrake right here that you've got to lean over the cable to get to the handbrake.
Yeah, and you can see the little brake right there. So it's a manual operated like you'd have on a old wagon or something, like a buckboard or.
So if the cable broke and was hung up here and flopping around, you're going to want to reach right over to grab this handbrake.
Yeah, and possibly be decapitated, right, yeah. So, but I mean, still magnificent. piece of equipment.
It's super cool. It's super cool. The
Worth,
fact that it's all still here is amazing.
Yeah, worth restoration and put on display, because there's probably not 10 of these in the country.
Yeah, much less still with its original carousel.
Right, absolutely.
Well, let's go check out those horses. Well, here we are down here with the animals. Will, this is really exciting.
It certainly is, Chad. There's a lot happening down here.
Yes, there is.
And I'm going to introduce Joanne Wiseman, who has been an integral part in making this happen. Her and her team of local volunteers, and I say volunteers because they're not getting paid for this, have been active in the carousel animal restoration over the past couple of years. They have put in countless hours in restoring these wood-carved animals. Without their help, we would not be anywhere near where we're currently at in moving forward and having the carousel reopened. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce you to Joanne Wiseman.
And I think it's pretty safe to say that we're talking about thousands of hours.
Yeah, we're talking about thousands upon thousands of hours of them working down here in the basement painstakingly, going up and down the stairs, getting supplies, working on the animals. We've even had a couple of these volunteers, they've taken animals off site and restored them in their garage. So, I mean, it's impressive. In the product, you'll see from the very beginning what these animals look like when they came in, when they were left outside, to what they currently are at today. It's a difference of night and day.
And you were just talking about how you found these, because the animals had already been removed and put in storage.
They had been. I had gone to a wedding, and I asked Monica up front, what happened to the horses? And she said, well, they're out for restoration. So since I'd restored one of my own, I thought, maybe I could be helpful. I didn't know they didn't have anyone.
That was a bad decision, wasn't it?
And I emailed them, and they contacted me 5 minutes later. So somehow I got sucked in, and here I am, 3.5 years later.
And when you did step in, you said they were in disarray.
We walked into the warehouse where they were piled. I do mean piled. And there was heads everywhere, legs, bodies, parts. It was, and we said, Brad and I were together, and we said, okay, we can do this.
Her second bad decision.
My second bad decision. So Todd Peterson, who happened to be the director at the time, I told him, I can't work in the warehouse. I need tables. I need to plug in for my coffee. We have to have a bathroom. So he took all the horses and put them up on the beds upstairs in this hotel, just like The Godfather. And we took them down about 5 at a time, the best of the worst, not knowing that they were all the worst. So, and then we just started from there, just piece by piece.
And these are 100-plus-year-old
Oh yes,
wooden
absolutely.
animals.
They're made of basswood, and that makes them more easy to carve.
I see. Well, why don't we walk around this space and you share with us some of the projects, show us some of what you've been up against, and then we've got some magnificent finished pieces we're going to share with you that are ready to go back over to the carousel.
Okay.
So we'll follow you.
Well, I think we should start with this one. These are carved by R.C. Williams. Unfortunately, this one is unsavable at this point. The whole piece there is rotten, and those are about like this. That's why they're so heavy. So we're hoping that someday we will find a way to fix that, but it's not going to be a preference at this point.
So you're still saving him.
Yeah.
And hopefully it will get fixed at some point.
Sometime.
But some of the ones that are more structurally sound are the ones that are getting finished
Exactly.
now to get the
Exactly.
carousel back and operational.
This is the pig. He came from France and probably carved by Gustave Bail, and I don't know, I'm not French, so I don't know if I pronounced that right. And Linda has been working on him, and we don't know how he got over here. We have no idea. He is not on the carousel, but he will be something that they will want to display.
Absolutely.
He probably was on a carousel, as you can see at one time, probably over there when they had pig carousels.
Okay.
I guess the French like pigs. These are toys. They were probably rocking horses. They're not made of basswood, incidentally. They're made of just pine or something. And so what I'm doing is making them so they're not so bad off, and repainting and fixing the holes and adding hair, the things that you do when you want to make something look pretty.
And now down here, we're getting into some of the bigger projects.
We're getting into the bigger projects, yes. They are so big that the other side of this horse has been restored.
Okay.
So then it got turned over, and then Brad starts again from the beginning. To, as you can see, this has some gouges.
That's like an original knot, isn't it?
And he has no eyes. And he's working on a piece back here to fit in. Actually, he's not in too bad a shape.
No, and it's amazing when you look at the work that went into creating these.
Oh, I tell you what, we are impressed with R.C. Williams because they don't appear to be carved because they're so big. They don't appear to be very finely carved. But if you look at all the muscling and everything that's in this, all the leg detail, they really did a beautiful job.
Yeah.
So you appreciate it more when you start
Oh, absolutely.
working on them. But he will look pretty probably in another month.
Which just goes to show the amount of time it takes to do one of these.
I don't even know, it might be more than that because he's already worked a month on the other side.
So there's already a month's worth of labor into this.
And then before that, Sam strips and sands. It takes him about 5 weeks to do a side, and it takes one whole can of stripper. I mean, a big gallon can.
Wow.
Yeah. And then he sands, and then when he is done, we assess the damage,
Right.
fix it, and then proceed from there.
Wow.
That one, you can notice, has got a leg that has a problem.
And this was common with a lot of these animals.
Oh, yes.
So this one will be repaired.
Yes, and this one is interesting. It was never on the carousel because it has a different apparatus underneath.
I
So
see.
Wart probably bought these and just put them into storage because they would not fit on the carousel the way the attachments are right now.
I see. It's still amazing art.
Oh, yeah, but Sam has already, as you can see, he has stripped it and sanded it and made it so we can make the next step.
Right, and start doing the repairs
Right.
and the refinish work. And what's amazing about it is when we look at these, like this back of this leg right here, we see the big knot in the wood.
Right.
Because, I mean, this is real wood. This isn't fiberglass,
No,
isn't
no,
anything
this is-
molded or cast. This is actual wood.
And just think of the carving that went on the
Oh,
tail.
the tail is magnificent. That's just crazy.
And it's really fun to strip all that out.
Oh, I'm sure.
You can just ask Sam. This is Elsa, the lioness. We name everything. And this is really folk art. This isn't really carved for a carousel horse. It's an art piece.
I see.
She probably will not be on the carousel because of her size to begin with and the length. But we'll have her on display when we get done with her.
And even the detail around, like,
They
all
did a
those-
really nice job.
I mean, it's just crazy.
I did find a copy of her in a book where they have a copy of her in a art museum.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so somebody carved her a couple times. We don't know. We don't know where she came from. This is Little Bit. She's in the process of on her first coat of primer. And what we do is we take the primer after we've repaired,
Right.
and you prime, sand, prime, sand, prime, sand. And then we're pretty much ready to paint then. So then we paint twice,
Wow.
varnish twice.
Wow.
Takes a while.
Yeah.
We call her a Little Bit because she's such a little horse. This horse was given to us by a wonderful person in Pocatello, Idaho, named Kim. And she came to us with her head off and no back to the saddle. So we're slowly getting her back together, and we will put her on the carousel.
Oh, nice.
She's really sporty, don't you think?
Oh, yeah.
That head, and we love her.
Almost prancing.
Yeah.
Now this one, obviously, well, this actually had to have steel bracing on it because those legs were so
Oh, this
thin.
is such a disaster. This is kind of overkill, don't you think?
Yeah, but these would be very fragile.
Oh, yeah. We will
And-
have to cut it off here,
Okay.
probably, and carve all new legs.
Oh, really?
Because to get this off, it's probably rusted beyond
Yeah.
what we can do. And even if we take it off, you can see the leg is rotten.
Yeah.
It happens to be an elk.
Oh, wow.
And even though we have a lot of stuff around it, sorry, they had made this into a deer.
Oh, okay.
But it's not a deer, it's an elk. So we will proceed with that. But you can see it has, oh, did you see the nails that are piled up in front? Nails rot wood, in case you didn't know.
I see. So this, they had put nails in this, which created more damage
Oh,
long term.
it's just, we'll probably have to take that all off. It's not a priority because we want to get the carousel horses
Right.
that go on the carousel first. This poor creature was left on the carousel a bit too long, I think, in bad weather. We cannot fix it because of the rot in the head and the rot in the wood. So, as you can see, we have a plan to take all the orange paint off and make it kind of a patina and put it on a pole with the head attached up, because we can't like put it on because this is rotten.
I see.
And then it'll be a piece to show where a person has to begin. But you can see this is a little overkill too.
Yeah.
You notice the legs are here. And the tail isn't original. This is some of Sam's tools.
This is a big one.
This is another Derby horse, carved by the same R.C. Williams. And you can see we have a leg. They found this leg. American pickers found this leg. We're grateful. So same story.
Just awaiting its turn.
Waiting its turn. Sam has sanded and stripped the other side,
I see.
but it got turned over, so now he can proceed.
Start on this side.
Yeah.
Now, were
And-
these pieces from the carousel?
Those are, they were from the carousel, but these pieces are rotten. And so they made new chariots.
I see.
And they copied the design and everything.
I see.
But they're handy to have in case there's parts or something they need off.
Absolutely, yeah. So we've seen your process and how it takes and what it takes to get here. I think everybody can really understand the probably hundreds of hours per animal this is taking.
No doubt.
But over there, you've got some magnificent finished pieces.
If you're interested, they found this behind 300 chairs in the warehouse. This is
Oh,
a
wow.
chariot. Probably a Denzel.
That's a beautiful piece, too.
It's a beautiful piece. And we do toys. That's
Oh,
the
wow.
cutest thing ever.
That is cute.
Okay. So we don't have very many horses back down here because they've taken a whole bunch of them up. But this one is Bite and Bob. Has a bobtail.
Okay.
And he's probably a Herschel, which is a company that carved back in early 1900s, late 1800s. They're big-headed horses. Notice the head is so much bigger and not really well balanced.
I see that. Yeah,
Yeah.
I see that now.
They're very popular with people. I don't know why, but people like them. We have Joe Cool. And we didn't paint this one. He is stained.
Oh, okay.
But I painted the saddle. And he's going to be on the carousel at the request of one of the board members.
He's kind of a small little guy.
He's a little guy, but can you imagine sitting up there?
Yeah, that is true.
It won't be me.
Yeah.
This is Belle Star. She has some guns there that we put on. She was an outlaw, you know.
Yep. That's a beautiful horse that came out
Yes,
great.
it is. It's a Herschel Spillman. These last two are carved by Gustav Denzel. They were carved in 1900. This is the pattern they used for that year for the mares.
Oh, wow.
And they are gorgeous.
So those are 125-year-old
That's right.
wooden horses.
I can't even begin to tell you the damage. This one, we found eggs inside, and her whole back end was gone.
Wow.
She didn't have a front end. So we have Silver and Mona Lisa.
Wow, that's crazy the amount of work that took. And then the detail, just the time to paint these and get the detail in them. You know, the eyes, the mouths, the teeth, you know, the nostrils, all the ornamentation on them. It's crazy. But you guys have done an amazing job on them.
Would you be interested in seeing Sweet Pea?
Sweet Pea.
Yeah.
Sweet Pea's covered up.
She was a gift, and I was told that they don't want her restored, so well, maybe I'll win the battle. I don't know.
So that's original?
That is a 1913 Herschel Spillman. It probably was on a track machine, I'm guessing, and they put a pole in,
I see.
and it was given from an estate gave it to us. So.
Yep.
She has a copper repair on the top of that leg that they've nailed down, and she's just darling.
Oh, yeah.
But she's different, you notice, than any of the other horses.
Yeah. Well, these things are beautiful. It's amazing the way these came out from what we just saw over there on the other side.
Yeah.
And knowing that these started off
That way, yes.
that
they
way.
did. Every single one has some kind of damage. Every one of them.
Every one of them.
Every one of them. Those that were stored in the livery stable upstairs were not quite as damaged because they had a roof, even though it leaked.
Yeah.
But we feel lucky that we were able to do what we can do with them.
Yeah. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Well, Joanne, thank you for all you've done in this. I mean, obviously, this is hundreds and thousands of hours of your life
It's a team effort.
that you guys have dedicated to getting this back to this condition, to see this carousel going again. It's amazing.
You know, we're not sure how we pulled it off. We say that every day. How did we get this all done?
Well, we were just getting ready to leave, and you brought up another point. You guys have hundreds of hours in each one of these animals. But what are you going to do with them? I mean, you can't tear them up. You can't. I mean, if they get used, they're going to get worn, and people are going to sit on them, and they're going to get scuffed and things like that. So,
Of course, they're going to be ridden. That's what we're doing this for memories. And I've heard so many people say to me, I rode that horse when I was 10 years old, 8 years old, 12 years old. And we want all those grown people to bring their children and enjoy like they did.
well, that's pretty cool because I hadn't even thought about that till you brought that up, that you've actually had people ask you that. And it's a very valid point. I mean, this is obviously a labor of love for you. And as people are climbing on and off these things, their shoes are going to scuff them. They're going to get some wear on them. I mean, they're going to be protected from the elements, fortunately, now.
Right.
So you're doing all this, you and all your volunteers, hundreds and hundreds of hours of labor, just because you want those people to bring their kids back
And have a memory.
and put them on these horses
That's
that they
right.
rode,
That's right.
which is really pretty cool.
It is.
Which is the whole purpose of Pioneer Village.
Absolutely.
So, wow. So, yeah, if any of you guys were wondering, they are being restored to be used again.
Absolutely.
So, all right. Well, let's go see if we can catch them moving some of these out.
Sure. Yeah, I figured I would be helping going up the ramp, but
Yeah.
this is probably helpful to kind of navigate.
Well, it does because we have to get through the door.
Yeah.
Well, there he goes, heading up. Oh, yeah, is the stand going to make it?
He does it.
such an interesting place, don't you think? I've come in here and looked at parts of things I've needed.
You just never know
And from upstairs, we've
what
used
to find out here.
we've used all the toilet paper on the first floor. Don't forget that place down there. That's got the house floor.
Watch that dip. Let's try to go around it this way.
Okay, the powers that be now.
Full power? Yep, let's go ahead and
Let me get my hand on here somewhere.
move them all out.
Go right ahead.
You're gonna hold that. You're gonna hold that, and then I'll
Oh,
take it
sure.
out then. Back out in the daylight.
Oh, we fear the daylight because we work in the dark. And what happens when you get out here, you find you've missed a spot.
Oh, I hadn't thought about that.
Yeah, and it's just like devastating.
But it does look even more spectacular in the sunlight, though. Look at those colors
It's a
pop.
work of art.
It is. It is absolutely a work of art.
And this is the money side.
That's pretty beautiful.
And the other side is the romance side, which is more
So we want to
carving.
leave this like
Oh,
it is?
what?
What?
It's not going to fall down?
No, this has been glued in because
Okay.
it's a separate piece from the bottom.
All right.
It
So
doesn't.
you wanna get on the
No
other side,
pole
Marty?
goes through there.
So lift it up.
Hang on, let me figure out where to put my hand.
I'll get the bag. Oh, sorry.
He was really fun to do.
Towards me. Watch the leg.
Yep. Let's see. There we go.
See if I can get
That
this,
can-
this up
yep.
here. There we go.
And that can go right down, I think.
Yeah.
Let's get something under where my hand is. Yeah, there you go.
All right.
You didn't expect to get live footage of this.
Notice he has the eye of Horus.
We need to pull that pin out before we put it on there.
Yep.
Pull that stick out. It'll come out. It won't come out. Okay.
And maybe wiggle it a little bit.
I got it.
I'll stop by about 6:45 in the morning.
Legs good?
Oh, yeah.
We're coming.
No, I'm hitting. We're hitting right here.
Well, probably because we're hitting it.
No, we're hitting because we're hitting right here.
Yeah, we need a,
Oh, I see.
we need a bolt.
We need to.
So the camel and the goat are two of the rarest.
I think one of the rarest, two of the rarest things we have. We know there's maybe only 3 of the goats.
That's gonna rock.
I don't know if any
We got
camels.
about ½ inch,
We need more than that then.
3/4.
They are carved by Charles
It really needs to
Loof
be
and
on the
Company
inside.
back east at
Horse needs to
probably
be on
early
the outside. These
1900s.
legs need to go down.
So no other camels known, 2 other goats known.
I think they need to.
I don't know anything, but there's probably more camels. I just have never seen one.
It's the only way you're gonna.
When in all your research, that's all you found of these.
They have camels, but nothing that looked like that.
Yeah. Stop right there.
Trying to see where this carousel. So carousel was obtained from Pontiac, Illinois, in 1955. We didn't think it happened since that carousel. So, I tend to think that
one that you got, Lee. So we want it to go close to the body. 1, 2, 3.
Are the nuts off?
Yes. Okay, I'm gonna keep a hold of this. You can tell us forward, backward, outside, and inside.
So I'm going to say to Guy or to Chris, it needs to go towards Guy. So lift up. About 1 inch. Right there. Okay, the back is in. And the front is not in. It's close, so
Inside or outside?
it's over the hole, so I'll need to lift up the back. Kind of fits. Back is in, the front is closed.
I thought we had lights in here, didn't need one.
Okay, it's in.
I think it's just setting,
Yes, on the end, it's not over the 10.
what's he gotta do?
Halfway, I just figured we'd do it. Hold on, let me.
Yeah, I'm gonna finish it up.
Put your head up a little bit,
Yeah.
Lee.
Or the tail end.
Watch, taking all these advertisements off.
There we go.
No,
And then we just decide what height you want it and then tighten it down.
because he can't hit that bar.
Right.
He's gotta go on that microphone.
Well, Will, it has been a busy and exciting day.
It certainly has, Chad. There's been a lot going on out here today with our volunteers. The emphasis today has been on the carousel, and they have made light speed on that, getting the animals back onto the carousel and ready for viewing when people come out here. And we are looking forward to having an increased attendance here in the coming weeks.
Absolutely. This is a centerpiece. I mean, you have so much amazing stuff here, but getting this thing done, back up and running, something that has been a favorite of children for 70 years, having it back up and way better than it's ever been before.
Chad, I have to say that, it's been so important. I can't emphasize this enough, that this would not be possible without the support of our volunteers, both local and out of town, along with our staff and our board and the community of Minden. I mean, they've all been integral in making this happen and enabling us to get to this level as far as getting the carousel back into operating condition.
Because you're talking thousands of man hours.
Oh, I'm talking about thousands and thousands of man hours. And that's putting it lightly.
Yeah. And it's the volunteers that have done this, which is amazing. It is such a special place. These people are willing to step up, local, non-local. It's for the love of the facility, the love of what Harold Warp put together here, what he built. And no, everybody knows how important it is to preserve this.
Certainly. And you know, when you think about it, we're celebrating our 72nd year in operation, founded back in 1953. And we've got upcoming events this summer. We're going to be celebrating the 4th of July on the 5th. We're going to have festivities on that day. We're going to have our 3rd annual car show coming up here on Labor Day weekend, that Saturday. So we're going to be drawing hundreds and hundreds of people from both locally and from out of town attending this show. And then we've got our big artisan event, our festival, the 3rd weekend of September. And we're hoping that sometime around there, maybe a little bit before, we'll have the carousel fully functional and people will be able to get up and ride on that.
Yep, still a lot of things happening, but we've seen the animals going in. Even putting the animals on is kind of a jigsaw puzzle.
Yeah.
Trying to make sure they all clear, they all fit. I mean, they've got a lot of time just still to go in making that happen, but it is happening.
The fact of the matter is we're making positive steps forward, no steps backward. That's the motto. We're moving forward with this project. We've been doing it for the past couple of years. We're planning to have an inspector come out to view the carousel in the next couple of weeks, a state
Nice.
inspector. So that is one of the final steps prior to reopening. So I'm looking forward to announcing a date in the not too far future that this carousel will be fully functional and kids and their families will be able to get out there and ride it.
After 20 plus years, you're down to a couple weeks finally.
Yes, it's
That-
so exciting.
It is exciting.
Yes, indeed.
You know, when people come out, they can see this picture board you've got put together, some of the progress. You know, keeping this on display, obviously honoring all those volunteers, all the thousands of hours they put into this. The signs have been painted, the building's being painted, new steps, new railing about ready to go in. Just a lot of fun, exciting things happening.
You know, and I think probably one of the most exciting things that's happened in the past 24 hours is we have air conditioning inside of the building. 24 hours ago, we didn't have that. We've got a new HVAC system installed, so we now keep a constant temperature of 70 degrees
So you're gonna
inside
get-
of there.
It's going to be even more enjoyable to ride.
Yeah, because the folk that were in there yesterday are volunteers. They were getting the animals situated, and there was no air in there. We just had to open up the windows and the door, and it was humid. But, you know, that goes to show you the perseverance of our RV volunteers and our local volunteers, you know, coming together, working together, regardless of the inconvenience of humidity and hot temperatures. They make it happen. They get the projects completed.
They're just dedicated to making this thing move forward, which
That's
is awesome.
right. Yes, indeed.
Will, thank you. I
Yeah.
appreciate you having us.
Thank you, sir.
So excited about the progress here.
Yes, and you know, I'll add that when we're looking at this is a progression of time. So we're letting people know when they come up here, you're seeing a couple years of progress that's depicted here. It's not just putting up a carousel enclosure. It also includes roofing. It includes putting in the siding, putting in the insulation. There is so much work involved in it, and it's a labor of love among our volunteers. So we are so appreciative of their efforts.
So that's awesome. It's exciting. After 20 plus years, we're down to a couple weeks of this thing being open for kids to enjoy it. Parents who probably rode this as kids are going to be able to bring their kids back. More animals going in right now as we speak.
This is history.
It is.
Yeah, this is a moment of history, and you have the opportunity to witness it here. Thanks to Chad for putting this together.
Well, glad to be here today. Glad it worked out. Can't wait to see this thing up and going.
Yeah, Chad and the Nobody Show are amazing. You guys do amazing work out there.
Thanks, Will.
We're just so happy that you are supportive of us here at Pioneer Village.
It's a special place, and if you've never been here, you need to be here. You need to experience this because it is an experience. So, hope you guys enjoyed it. Come ride the merry-go-round here very soon. Stop by for some of their events. You've got to be here. If you're anywhere near the middle of the country, for any reason whatsoever, you've got to be at Pioneer Village, Minden, Nebraska. Will has a great staff here, great volunteers, a lot of things happening, and super excited about your future.
As a matter of fact, we are the Smithsonian of the Plains. So
there's
you got to make a trip out here, at least one trip, and don't plan on just spending an hour or two out here. You got to spend a day or more to get the full experience.
Yeah, you got to hustle to do it in a day.
Yeah.
And you don't get the full experience. It's that good. There's that much stuff here. So hope you enjoyed this. Stay tuned. More cool stuff coming up from Pioneer Village. Super excited we were able to be here for this day to see this, witness this history happening, see this thing about ready to come back to life. Stay tuned. A lot more cool stuff coming up. Thanks for watching. We sure hope you enjoyed this as much as we enjoyed making it.